events of Christmas 2004 were a startling reminder of no matter how hard we try, mankind is not in total control of nature. More than 230,000 people were killed across South and Southeast Asia and even Africa, thanks to the second largest earthquake on record, which led to the massive tsunami. But history tells us that was not the first time, and it certainly won't be the last. Although the vast majority of tsunamis have struck inside the so-called Pacific Ring of Fire, travellers would be wrong to assume that this is the only vulnerable region. In 1755, Lisbon was destroyed by a tsunami, killing 60,000 people, but the impact was felt right across Europe and as far away as America. And there's no reason why that can't happen again. With modern technology, it is possible to detect looming seaquakes, but the problem has always been communicating that information to anyone who could be affected. It seems the answer, though, is this. Tsunamis are a result of the sudden displacement of gigantic water masses, mainly because of earthquakes on the seabed. This company, Tsunami Alarm Systems, receives warnings from a number of different seismic measuring stations, and then for a yearly subscription of €30, relays a message to your mobile phone wherever you are.
The basic idea of the tsunami alarm system is that we can collect the seismic information from the tsunami earthquake and then inform the people at the beach areas over the mobile phone that in the area there may be an affected area and the tsunami will come within a few minutes or hours.
The inventors admit accuracy can never be 100%, but ultimately, because of the delayed effect of quakes, there'll always be enough time to evacuate if people are given enough notice.
Nature gives us a good thing because the earthquake wave is traveling very fast. It is about 15,000 kilometers per hour. Incredible. So within 20 minutes a lot of sensors will detect it. The tsunami wave is also fast, but only 800 kilometers. So there's always a delay of the tsunami wave to the seismic wave. And this delay is in beach areas maybe 20 minutes, in other areas, if the beach is far away, some hours.
Seems like a good idea, but skeptics wonder if this is money for old rope, given state-of-the-art technology and the speed of communications today. Do we really need this?
I think asking travellers to pay for this is a step too far. It's fantastic this information system exists. It's very important for people who live in the Indian Ocean to have access to this kind of information. But really for travellers, the likelihood of being caught up in a tsunami or any natural disaster is so small that it's better for them to understand what the natural warning signs might be and also to pay attention to local warnings when they're there.
Of course, the nervous traveller hasn't just got tsunamis and earthquakes to contend with, and let's not forget the flights. There's no end of other pitfalls waiting for them. SARS, civil conflict, terror, avian flu, the list goes on. It's enough to make you want to put your feet up and watch the world go by on your TV screen, isn't it? Consular services around the world have traditionally been first port of call for the latest information on trouble spots. But a big complaint about them is their advice can be too sweeping and not relate to specific problems.
I think when it comes to consular service information, people are very conscious that it may only tell part of the story. So you may get information that's up to date about certain things, in particular security, but local travel may not be updated as often as travellers might need it to be. And also, it's never going to be comprehensive enough to act in substitution for a guidebook or something like that.
A welcome addition, no doubt, to the support structure for international travellers. But is there a danger of exaggerating the perils of venturing abroad? Most studies show the statistical chance of tourists being harmed are minimal. and seasoned experts say we're close to being mollycoddled out of the joys of travel.
I think the wide variety of information sources out there really taps into a base fear, and I don't think it's quite fair that travellers have all this information put on them which says you're going to be in trouble when you go overseas. In the majority of cases, that isn't going to happen. Now, 5 to 10 years ago, people didn't take laptops, they didn't take mobile phones, they might send the occasional email when they go overseas. And that's really changed. We've got to be careful not to bombard travellers too much. And I think this also raises a question about what a holiday is. If you're constantly in touch with people, are you on holiday or are you just at the other end of a phone line? And now you're seeing people paying more and more to get further afield, more into places people might think of as being dangerous, going and trekking and meeting tribes for the first time in eastern Indonesia or something like that. And this is a bit of a backlash against all the information that's available. So some information is good, too much can be a bad thing.